everyone to What's in Nevada. Every week I go to a business and let you know what's in our community. And with what's going on in today's world, we're not going to be going out and meeting people. We'll be doing online interviews. So today, as always, we have a rock star business that's in our Vegas and Henderson community. Our guest today is Van from Pollinated Flowers. They do amazing jobs delivering flowers for holidays and special occasions right to your door. But before we jump into the interview, don't forget to subscribe and like my page so you guys can get notified each week and all the businesses that come in on video each week. All right, let's jump into the podcast. Welcome to the podcast, my friend. I am honored to have you here. I'm really excited for this. So your company, what you're doing is great things. So especially right now in this time. But before we get started into your business, I'm always intrigued on how your business journey started and really how you started in the flower business. How long have you been in business?
Well, first I wanted to say hi, Bobbie, and thank you for inviting me for this interview. It's really great. I'm really thankful that you are reaching out to the community, sharing the small businesses. But back to your question, we actually officially launched the business November last year, 2018. I had been planning the business though for 3 years before that. Just studying the industry, researching the market, and also building out the truck named Polly. She's a vintage truck, and we opted to go with a mobile business rather than a retail business, just because the floral business and industry doesn't have high margin. It's not a high margin industry. So to minimize some of the risks involved, but still be able to accomplish some of the things that we want to accomplish, and mostly with community and nonprofit activities, we had to choose the mobile business. So November 2018, we launched last year.
Oh, perfect. Now, when you say mobile business, can you explain to our viewers your mobile business versus a stick-built company?
So we don't have a retail location. I work out of my house, which I pretty much took over half of the house. It's pretty much a home studio. And then that's where we also have a flower cooler in the living room. So pretty much all the work with the flowers is done in the house. And when we do events with the truck or we have deliveries, then we go out with the truck. And that is the main goal is the business. One of the missions is to bring the flowers out to the community versus waiting in a retail location for people to come find us. It's just not, it doesn't make economical sense for us as a new business. You know, Las Vegas has a lot of floral businesses. Some of them are transitioning from retail to event businesses. So our niche is kind of community event focused, but at the same time, minimizing the retail cost of that.
Oh, good. So that actually helps for the client too, as far as minimizing the cost. That's awesome. So with your flower business, what kind of products do you recommend?
So our focus is ecologically friendly. So we teach seasonal flowers. We don't really encourage ordering flowers that aren't in season. Mostly because we order direct from farms in the United States to minimize the carbon footprint of importing. Flowers are beautiful everywhere, but obviously to fly them in and to, you know, get them from far places is very costly to the environment. So we teach seasonality. So whatever is in season throughout the year is what we kind of encourage. We advertise, we educate. So a big part of the business is not just bringing flowers to the community, it's educating them on the importance of seasonality. That is for the earth itself, but also for the bees and all the pollinators and everything, just the whole circle of life that benefits from buying seasonal flowers.
Oh, that actually makes perfect sense. Now, when you deliver, what is included with your flower delivery, with your flowers that you have?
It depends. I would say that a large part of our business is delivery, but we're trying to, we're pretty new, so we haven't really had a lot of opportunity to do a lot of events, but we do want to do a lot of community events, schools, weddings, etc. But when we do delivery, it depends on the moment. So for instance, we've done deliveries where there is some amazing flowers at this farm and we're like, we got to bring in those flowers for the community. And so if we do bunches and we just wrap them up in compostable wrapping paper, and we'll deliver those. And those are not really arranged or designed, but those are more like for quantity. We can keep them at a lower price for people, and they can experience those flowers. And then if people want, like for special occasions like wedding or birthday, sympathy, or something specific, then we will do a vase in the package, or it just depends on the purpose of those flowers.
Okay, very good. And it's great that you do have the delivery service. And I used you the other day for my sister for her birthday, and she absolutely loved it. So
Okay.
it was great. Now you do, when you do events like weddings or birthdays, you deliver those as well, correct?
So those are more like event flowers. So there would be setup involved. A lot of the weddings have been pushed back till fall. But if we do an event like it's a house or a baby shower or something, then there's arranging, and then there's setup involved, and it just becomes, it's like what people see on Pinterest or whatever.
Okay.
But that's more extensive, and those are a lot more fun.
Yeah, I bet. Especially when you're passionate and you enjoy what you're doing.
Oh yeah, and I like the deliveries too, because here's the thing. Here's how I got into the business was I just got really bored of commercial flowers. I got bored of just the roses, the carnations, even though I have a new love for carnations, but they were just the same grocery store flowers. So these were like people in the mass market choosing what flowers you would like, which is fine, but it was really boring. So I really wanted the novelty flowers, the wedding flowers that people would normally only get on special occasions. But why would you only get those on special occasions when they're growing all the time, right? Because
Right.
every day is a special occasion. I think we've learned that from this event that we're going through, that every day should be celebrated.
Yeah,
So that is really the differentiation that we bring, is that we're bringing you event quality novelty flowers on a regular basis.
that's perfect. Now, do you guys have any specials right now?
So we actually sold out for Mother's Day,
Oh,
which was,
wow.
yeah, we already sold out. And it's not as far as quantity, but I can only handle so much capacity. And at the same time, I want to bring the best I can to the people who ordered. So we offered a cake and flower package for $65. My
Wow.
sister is a pastry chef. She makes amazing pastries. And so when we do events called pollinated events, she usually brings all the pastries and the food, vegan, gluten-free, everything, and then I'll bring the flowers for the events. But yeah, so that's sold out, but we don't know what's gonna happen after this, so
Yeah, that's
yeah.
true. And I actually went on your Facebook page and I saw that cake and it looks so pretty. So she's a great pastry chef. So,
Oh, thank you. It tastes better than it looks,
oh,
actually. If that is even possible, but it is, yeah.
and that kind of leads into my next question because this product is not just for women, it's for everyone, correct?
Everybody. I've never met a person, male or female, that isn't amazed by flowers. Even if they're not familiar with, their faces are like, oh my God, it's so, and it does uplift your spirit. I don't think that industry is ever going to go away. It might shift or change with the way people consume, and that's one of our goals, is teach people to have better consumption and more responsible where they're getting their flowers and stuff. But another thing that we do is we teach them flower care. So it's not just about me dropping off the flowers to you and then they die 1 or 2 days. The most important part in flowers is processing. How do the farmers process them? How do they harvest them? How does the florist process them when they get them here? If that chain is not well taken care of, then by the time it gets to the consumer, the flowers will die 1 or 2 days. One thing that I get a lot of compliments on, and I really take pride in it, is that my flowers last a long, long time.
Oh, good.
A week or 2 weeks, and I appreciate that, because flowers are an investment. They're not super expensive, but at the same time, you want to enjoy that longer. And if you're sending people flowers, you don't want them to say, well, your flowers that you sent me died in 2 days. So it takes a lot more care to do that. But that, my husband says, it's kind of like a catch-22, because then I guess the idea is that people want people to buy flowers more often, but then when I deliver flowers, even on subscription, they're like, your flowers are still good, I don't need to buy more flowers, which I love, but at the same time, it's like, oh, okay.
Oh,
So
that's pretty.
yeah, so we care about the flowers after people get them.
That's good. That's awesome. And you mentioned a subscription. What is that about?
So we offer that also for real estate agents too. That is for people who want flowers in their house consistently, whether it's bi-weekly. I do encourage bi-weekly unless you're like a super uber flower consumer, then you can get it weekly. But bi-weekly or monthly, let's say you want to experience the seasonal flowers throughout the year, then I would bring you the best for that season with bi-weekly or monthly and just be delivered. And then the really great thing about that is that you get a new vase every time. So for instance, it'd be a vase exchange. So I bring the new flowers in the vase, then you put it out, and then I'd switch it out. Or maybe when this quarantine's over, I can actually bring it into your house and then switch it, right?
Okay.
So that is the idea for the subscription, but you really get to experience the season of flowers throughout the entire year. So you're not going and choosing the same boring flowers all the time because you don't really know what flowers are out there, right? You don't know the possibility of flowers, but I do all the research and studying so that you can experience it. And I just think it's just a nice way, and to support the flower farms, which ultimately supports the bee population.
That's good. That's always a good thing.
And that is the true mission of Polly and our business, is to save the bee population.
Well, I love that idea. Well, is there any last comments you'd like to share before wrapping up, and how can someone really get in touch with you?
Well, we are on Instagram, Facebook. That is really the best way to get in touch with us. Our handle is Pollinated LV. And you could also call me. You know, I don't know if you could post it or whatever, but you know, I'm very much into community and into direct communication with everybody. So that's how we built our following. People like to see the flowers interact, so we work really hard to be responsive in that way. And I just wanted to thank Las Vegas, Henderson, everybody so far who's watched the journey of building Pollinated, and just thankful that we're safe and healthy, and we look forward to being out there again in the community once again to actually interact with the community.
Yeah, no, I totally agree, especially right now. Well, you guys, Van shared so much with you today. I highly recommend you give them a try and place your orders to brighten your day or someone's day. Share this information with your friends and family. Their contact information will be down below. Thanks again, Van, for taking time to be here and sharing your information. I truly appreciate you being here. Thanks, everyone, for jumping on and watching and taking your time to be here, too. Everyone be safe out there, and you guys make it a great day.